The equation sine of 3x equals 1 over the interval from 0 to 2 pi. So 0 inclusive, 2 pi exclusive with the parentheses. First, you got to remember the top of the unit circle looks like this. So this is the point 0, comma 1. That's important to understand because like this one here is the same as this one here. When does this happen? This happens when the angle here is what? Pi over 2. Which means the argument of the sine function 3x has to be equal to pi over 2 so that you get 1 coming out. So you're going to say 3x equals pi over 2. So multiply by 1/3, so 1/3 times 3x equals 1/3 times pi over 2 cancel, so x equals pi over 3 times 2, which is 6. You can't stop there. There could be other angles in 0 to 2 pi, other values of x in 0 to 2 pi that work here. So you got to keep trying. So besides initializing with pi over 2 right here, after that, you can spin one full time around and come back right here to the same point of 0, comma 1 again. Now remember, we have sine of 3x equals 1. This is 1, this is 1. This is an additional term of 2 pi. So the argument 3x has to be equal to pi over 2 plus 2 pi now. You got to attach that to pi because you're back at 1 here and 1 here. So you're going to have x equals divide by 3 or multiply by 1/3. You're going to have pi over 6 plus 2 pi over 3. Now, because we have this restriction where it goes from 0 to 2 pi, parentheses, bracket here, you got to check, is this, for example, less than 2 pi? You got to figure that out now, okay? So it's going to be x equals, you got to combine pi over 6 plus 2 times 2 pi over 2 times 3. That's pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 6. That's 5 pi over 6. Again, you got to figure this out, right? Is this less than 2 pi? You got to know that somehow. You can check. Compare 5 pi over 6 and 2 pi. What's the relationship between these two things? This has a 6. So you need to rewrite the 2 with a 6 and put a 12 up there because 12 divided by 6 is 2. So now this matches, this matches, this matches, and like the 5, right, like this coefficient of 5 is less than 12 here. And so 5 is less than 12. Which means, in other words, that 5 pi over 6 is less than 2 pi. It works. Right? And clearly, like, 5 pi over 6 is greater than 0 also. Okay, it's a positive number. That you really got to know. Okay. You can't stop there. There could be other angles that make this true. So remember, this is what we have thus far. Sorry. We have this. Right? We've gone pi over 2. Let me zoom in here. This is pi over 2. Right? Then you've done one additional turn from here. That's an additional 2 pi. But guess what? Each time you do this, you get brought back to the point 0, comma 1. Right here. So now you have to go one more time. And you're going to come back to the same point. That's an additional 2 pi. So it's going to be 3x, the argument, remember, is equal to pi over 2, the initial plus, because now it's 2 pi twice, plus 2 times 2 pi. So it's going to be 3x equals pi over 2 plus 4 pi. So x equals pi over 6 plus 4 pi over 3. Again, you got to figure out, right? Is this less than 2 pi? How do you know? You got to do what I've told you before, right? You're going to have x equals, okay, so pi over 6 plus 2 times 4 pi over 2 times 3. So it's going to be pi over 6 and then plus 8 pi over 6. So it's 9 pi over 6. You got to simplify that. Yeah, you got to divide by 3 and then divide by 3. So it's going to be 3 pi over 2. The question is this less than 2 pi? You got to figure that out. Okay, so how do you do it? So 3 pi over 2. You really should know, to be honest, that this is the bottom of the unit circle, right? And this is less than 2 pi from your knowledge of the basic unit circle. But let's say you don't. So it's 3 pi over 2 and this is 2 pi. Okay? Relationship. You got to convert the same denominator so you can compare. That's all. So you got to put a 2 in here and you got to multiply by a 2 there. So it's going to be 3 pi over 2 and then 4 pi over 2. Now you compare, look. This is 2, they match. This is pi, they match. And then you have here this 3, which is clearly less than the 4, right? 3 is less than 4. So the conclusion based on this is that 3 pi over 2 is less than 2 pi. All right, you can do this pretty much anytime you're comparing angles. Pi over 6, this is in the basic unit circle. It's definitely less than 2 pi. You can look at the unit circle, okay? So just to kind of give you a graphical summary, you have your unit circle, and these are the things we have found. We found pi over 6. That's here, less than 2 pi for sure. Remember, 2 pi is all the way here, right? It means you've gone one time around the circle. This is less than that for sure. All right, then you have 5 pi over 6 right here. So this is 5 pi over 6. And then lastly, you have this angle here, which is 3 pi over 2, which is also less than 2 pi. So all of these solutions work. Pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, and 3 pi over 2. Leave a like if it's helpful. Thanks for watching.